Hello and welcome to your latest Maths Wizard video. Today we're going to be looking at simplifying fractions. So that's the main skill today really. So first example we can look at is this one, 16 over 20. So when you've got a fraction like this and you have to simplify it, essentially what you need to be thinking about is your factors. So you need to be thinking about numbers that go into 16 and 20. So there are a few examples. You might think, oh well, they're both even numbers. So if I half them both, I'll get 8 and 10. So we divided by 2 there. And then we can half again, and we'll get 4 over 5. And then there we haven't got any more common factors apart from the number 1. You don't always necessarily have to use 2 though. You've got 16 and 20. You might also realise that these numbers are both in the 4 times table, so you can divide by 4, and that will get you straight down to 4/5 there. It doesn't matter though if you do half and half it again. It doesn't really matter as long as you get to your simplified value. Now you might get numbers that aren't necessarily even numbers when you're trying to simplify. So if we look at this example here, we've got 15 and 35, and you might have noticed that we've got 5 on the end of each of our numbers here, which means both numbers must be in the 5 times table. So if we divide that one by 5, and then divide that one by 5, that will give us 3 5s on the top, 7 5s on the bottom there, and we can't go any further with that one. Now, one little tip for you from this one: if you've got numbers that both have zeros on the end, or sometimes they might have more than 1 0 on the end, you can just take the 0 off, and that will give you 1 over 4 for that one there if you divide by 10, which is a quarter. Another example here then, we've got 36 and 54, so you can divide by 2 if you want to, and you can keep cancelling it down that way, but you might think, ooh, these numbers are both in the 6 times table. So if we divide both of them by 6, we'll get 6 on the bottom, 6 on the top, sorry, 9 on the bottom. Now we can keep going again here. So these numbers are both in the 3 times table. So if we divide by 3 there, divide by 3 there, we'll get 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So just be really careful. Don't always think it's got to be a nice even number or a nice number like 5. Sometimes you might need to use some of your slightly trickier numbers like 3, 7. You might need to use numbers like that some of the time. So just bear that in mind. Okay. So here you go. Have an example. Have a little practice with these. So pause your video, and then I will go through the answers. Okay, let's have a look at the answers to these. So here they are. So if we look a little bit further down, you've got 108 and 126 there. You might think, well, things gone a bit wonky there. You might think, well, they're both even numbers. So we've got 54 on the top, and then we've got 63 on the bottom. You might think, ooh, 63 and 54, a little bit tricky, but they're both in the 9 times table. So if you divide by 9, you will get 6 9s on the top, 7 9s on the bottom. Obviously that 108 and 243, oh, this is a tricky one to do in my head, just off the top of it. Let's think. Well, they're not even numbers, but are they both in the 3 times table? I think they're both in the 3 times table, this one. Let's check. Yes, they are. So if you divide by 3, you get 81 on the bottom. 108 divided by 3 gives you 36. And you're thinking again, ooh, quite tricky again. These are both in the 9 times table though. We've got 4 9s on the top and 9 9s on the bottom. So just be aware on those slightly trickier ones, just to sort of check your factors like 3, 9, check those sort of factors out, rather than just assuming that that's already in its simplest form. Okay, thank you very much for listening then. If you like what you're hearing, please hit subscribe, and I'll be uploading loads more videos to help you with the GCSE Maths Foundation syllabus. Thanks very much. Bye bye.